Alrighty. What is up, Jerry? And long time no see, man. How you been? Sorry, I'm moving all over the place right now. Oh my God, that's what my hair looks like. Ooh, I gotta do something about that. Trust me, I'm tired too, bro. I'm tired too. I actually shoot. Oh man, like I said, because I was at work earlier, and nah, I was at bro. The longer I be at work, bro, the more tired I get. And I also tried to work out the other day, and I think I went a little too hard because like now all I want to do is sleep. All I wanted to do was sleep. So yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm right there with you, bro. Welcome to welcome back to having a work schedule. And I say that for the both of us. Let's talk about true rest versus gratification arrest. I have no clue what the difference is between those two. I don't know what qualifies as true rest. What in the world? These new people, my new people be coming up in here with some. They be going hard in the paint, don't they? Uh, oh my goodness, that's what it's gonna look like, huh? Mm, my goodness, that's gonna be a thumbnail. That's messed up. But yeah, I don't know what qualifies as true rest, bro. So yeah, you're gonna have to gratification and rest versus. That just sounds like two things that should like go together. That doesn't make any sense. At least not to me. I'm not sure. Shoot. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I got three people up in here. So it's Jarian, this pandemonium person, and I'm gonna assume a troll. Or not. I'm not sure. Back down to two. Let's do it. I'm so tired, y'all. Man, my hair is my hair really that bad? Nah, screw it. I didn't do anything with it. I just woke up. Whatever. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I totally get it. I'm tired too. I be tired a lot too, bro. Sorry, I'm multitasking too, so you guys gonna have to like bear with me. But yeah, I am, bro. I am like I'm trying to like the YouTube playables are like really addictive, man. I ain't lying. In my spare time, I be trying to get on those, and they just take up a little bit of my time. But yeah, like I said, true rest and gratification of rest. That sounds like two sides of the same coin. That's like saying let's talk about drinking water versus feeling good after drinking water. It's like they both involve drinking water. That's crazy. These people are scary, bro. All right, but how y'all doing though? Y'all doing pretty good out there? Everything going all right? Y'all read any good books? Watched any good movies? Got any plans to travel soon? Absolutely. Not now. No. Like, I mean, I gotta make money first. Well, I have to make enough money to travel, and even then, I wouldn't even know where to begin to want to go. It feels like every other place that I would probably want to go to, it's probably dangerous for me. Being a black dude, everybody's like, oh my God, it's a black dude. You know what that means? We got to make his life miserable. Shoot. I really need to stop looking to the side when I do these videos. The thumbnail is literally me looking to the side and my hair looking messed up. So I'm hoping that I want to go to Louisiana. You want to go to Louisiana? Of all places in America you want to go to, you want to go to Louisiana? That's dope, man. I think one of my favorite things about like encountering people is that like when I encounter them, I make a big deal about being from Louisiana, and automatically that sort of fascinates anybody that I encounter who has never been there before. It's kind of like I call it the Tamaran syndrome because um, Starfire from Teen Titans did the same thing. But yeah, like that'd be dope, man. It's like I mean, like I appreciate that. That's a cool thing to hear. But bro, I ain't lying to you, man. It's a different place. It's a different place. I'll say that. Like not every place in Louisiana is going to be New Orleans. I'll say that. Also, I'm trying to get to Bourbon Street and eat a lot. Oh, dude, you're gonna be able to do that from anywhere. I think I want to say every corner store in Louisiana, almost every other corner store in Louisiana sells either boudin, crackling, or like you can probably get some shrimp, depending on where you go. How's it going, Gamer Riz 25? Um, by the way, like your boy. By the way, I got like three people up in here and only one like. What's up with that? What your boy ain't getting what like two people up in here just don't like me? Why not? What I did? Uh, it's probably because of my hair and the thumbnail. My goodness, I really need to like. I had this annoying habit of combing my hair backwards, and I shouldn't do that. I should pick it upwards and outward. And but yeah, like I said, if you yeah, like like if I definitely hope that if you do go to Louisiana and go to Bourbon Street, what I'm saying, get a lot of food. I definitely always recommend like the beignets are really good. I like sweets. I'm from Houston, so that taking that 5 hour drive would be nice. See, you think that was dope. I like the fact that you like drive 5 hour drives because I can't stand driving for that long, man. Like I'm in the third hour. Like, am I there yet? am I am I there yet? Not even close. I got 2 hours left. Man, shoot, I do not like long drives, man. The man of the hour. What is up, True? How was work? Work is exhausting, but it's work. Work is definitely work for sure. I'm gonna say that. Like I don't hate it. I don't hate it because it's something that I'm used to doing, but I don't like like I don't hate my job. It's just that like, if I could like not work, I would totally if I could not work, I would totally would not work. I hope that made sense. Really wish we had subway channels, bro. I wish we had, yeah, like subway channels, train stations, like easy transport. Like, bro, like I remember reading how in Europe there's like so many trains, so it's really easy to go from like country to country because you could just pick up a train and just go right. And it's like we could have that, bro. If we had if we had reliable train stations in America, like I'm talking like in the South specifically, because I know there's like plenty in the Midwest and I think that there's plenty in the Midwest and in the Northeast. But like in the South, bro, that would change the whole game up. Like reliable train stations down south would change the whole game up, like 1,000,000%. Because first of all, everybody wants to go to Houston. Everybody's gonna like first. Like first step, like Houston, New Orleans, Miami. I want to say the Gold Coast. Those would be like those places will always be like popping because like everybody will be going there and they'll have a reasonable way to get there and they don't have to drive there. So that's like tourism is already like bumping up. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's going to be spending their money to go there, spend their money to be there, and then spend their money to leave. Like more money is going to be transferred. It's like it's just a these are just like even as a capitalist, these are like great ideas, and people are like, no, we shouldn't do that because the I don't understand this nation's obsessions with just like not wanting to make a train station in the South. Like if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what started the Civil War. No, I think I don't know what started the Civil War, but I think it was along the lines. I know that a train was involved. I should look into that. I've been trying to read up into history lately, and history American history is just bonkers, bro. Hold on, y'all. Oh man, I'm sorry. You know me, I can get all ranty and stuff like that, bro. I am. This is hilarious. What is happening? All right. Shoot. But yeah, how y'all doing out there? I'm genuinely surprised that nobody's asked me the obvious question. How's it going, RC? Even in school, world history has a, even in school, world history was better than U.S. history. Like, yeah, I man, that's crazy. You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. I saw you earlier, but was sidetracked a bit. Yeah, man, I get it. You got a whole life. You got. I thought Fort Sumter getting attacked started the Civil War. Once again, I don't know what started the Civil War. All I know is that at some point a train was involved, or like a railway, or like I want to say the Transcontinental Railroad that was trying to do. For all I know, they could have just got angry that the word trans was in the title and was like, "Well, we need to start blowing stuff up." I don't know. I don't know history. Like I do need to learn this stuff. I'm doing okay. I'm in a gym. Okay. Truant getting his sweat on. Let's go. Shout out to Truant for getting the sweat on. You know what I'm saying? Getting pumped. I actually worked out a couple of days ago too, man. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still tired. After my max for driving is probably 6 hours in one direction. That sounds exhausting. Truant is one of the OGs up in here. He's one of the few people who kind of didn't give me a rough time when he got up in here, and I'm genuinely surprised about that because he's like really, really, really young, and a lot of young people online are really mean for some reason. But he's been nothing but chill since his first day. But preferably, bro, I prefer to drive 3 hours and under. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the nation needs railways. It doesn't make any sense that we don't have like it's 2025 and we don't have reliable like railways. Yeah, I see the young generation of huge trolls. Yeah, and the crazy thing was that like it was always like that. When I was growing up, it was the same way with my generation. When my generation was like 19 years old and 20 and stuff like that, they were just mean kids, and all they did was grow up to become meaner adults. It's because these kids are bored with no ambition. Man, you sound like an old man right now, bro. Hold on. That's funny. Nah, this generation of kids is different. I don't know, man. I don't know because it was like people. I feel like people were mean as hell back in the day. Because like I was around when they used to have like group chats, and group chats was on AIM and like the Yahoo chat rooms and stuff like that, and everybody like all of these servers had their own individual chat rooms, and I remember like there would be people up in there who would be called the resident troll, and the resident troll was basically a future Trump supporter. There was just the mean person that everybody just kept around because they thought they needed to keep him around because they didn't want to look mean for keeping the mean person out. I remember party lines. I do not know what party lines are. That sounds a little before my time. What was the best era to you all? The 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, or 2010s? Honestly, I can't lie to you, dude. I'm black. They all seem terrible. This is the like that's kind of like equivalent. That's equivalent to the question of which part. That's kind of like the equivalent of like which time frame do you want to like go back in time to? And I'm like they're all terrible. I'm black. The one where I don't run the risk of getting killed by a police officer. But as far as aesthetic is concerned, like as far as aesthetic and theme and like colors and like aesthetic theme colors and things along those lines, like I honestly couldn't tell you. They all in some fashion looked really like as far as beauty is concerned, as far as like aesthetics, yeah, they all seem kind of nice. Shoot, I don't remember what the 90s would be consistent of. Like I feel like the 90s was kind of like where everything started to get more brown and gray. You know what I'm saying? Because like you had the 70s and the 80s, and they kind of had like these flashy colors and these flashy colors and this brightness and this exuberance. And then the 90s came in, and 90s felt like that was when everything started to become like business adjacent. That make sense? I remember growing up and McDonald's would like say like just yellows and reds everywhere. And now you go into a McDonald's and it looks like a corporate office building. You know, like I'm trying to remember. Like I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a time when Nickelodeon used to. Oh God, it's so weird to even talk about Nickelodeon now without thinking about Dan Snyder. But Nickelodeon used to look like a really, really, really fun place. It's like I remember back when themes mattered. You know what I'm saying? Like there would be buildings that would match a theme. There would be buildings that would be built in such a way that it would literally match the theme of the thing that it was holding. And now it's like, nope, got to make them all square now. Every building has to be a square building with like very little color, and all those. It's wild. I don't know. It felt like there was a whimsy in the past in a few decades, and then at some point the whimsy just died. I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling. That's on me. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Still checking out some stuff. I was born in 2000, but I think 90s were the best. 2000s had too much development, but 2010s were fun too. What is up, X squared? How's it going, man? Shoot, all plus some minus, bro. By the way, check out. By the way, if y'all can, X squared, he is part of a he's part of a streaming channel. He streams video games too. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I follow a lot of streamers on here, and he actually I didn't know he had a streaming channel until he told me. But yeah, what is it? Deltarune and what is it? It's Deltarune and Undertale right now. Manny, you got any thoughts on Hulk Hogan, or you staying away from that topic? I have thoughts about it, but I already like brought it up in my other video on my other channel. But like, if I had to like talk about Hulk Hogan, I will say that at his best, he was a representation of American values, and he just came across as the ultimate good guy. At his worst, he was a lying, racist narcissist who just happened to have like who abused every bit of privilege that he had in order to ingratiate himself at the expense of people who loved him. That's about it, though. Like his death marks the end of an era, but like like eras come and go. But like I do know that like so a lot of people really haven't let it go yet. A lot of people have been like, they just like he was a racist, he was a terrible person, he was all this stuff. It's like I'm just sitting here like, yeah, I know. He was from Florida. He was from Florida. He was from Florida. Also, we need to have a conversation as a society about Florida. And I'm not talking about just like the Florida man, LOL, he did meth and LOL, he did meth and took threw an alligator through a McDonald's window and spread his seed all over the oven. No, I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about like we need to talk about Florida because like a lot of like crazy stuff happens in Florida, specifically like around the Miami area. Like I remember there's this dude. He was probably the last one remaining from that era. I didn't consider that. Nope, nope. There's a lot of people from that era that are still around. Uh, you know, Wade, Sergeant Slaughter, Bob Backlund, Jake Snake Roberts, and Jim. Yeah, they're all still alive. Yeah, they're also all still alive. I mean, like there's still wrestlers from that era that are still around. They just, a lot of them retired or just sort of just living peacefully. I know Jim Duggan a little while back. Somebody tried to break into his house, and I think he like beat the crap out of him. You know, just to prove that he can still do it. Homeboy he still got some snap in that. He still got some snap in that. That jab. But yeah, like I mean, like he was he a star? Absolutely. But it's like stars fade. So hey, but like I don't really. It's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just like there's not really a whole lot for me to say about it because I was a kid when he was like at his peak, and the older I got, the more I started being more interested in other types of wrestlers and wrestling. So, like if to put this in perspective, if I grew up liking Hulk Hogan as much as everybody else did around that time, I probably would have never wanted to be a wrestler because my brain would have just been like, oh, wrestling is for buff white guys. But then I saw Booker T and Rey Mysterio and the like. I didn't start watching wrestling until 93, 94. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like I said, I was a child when he was like at his peak, like the most successful he's ever been. So like when I got older, it was like, oh, hey, it's cool. I mean, I. But like I said, I started watching like Rey Mysterio, Booker T, Mick Foley, and the like, and like that entire era of wrestling to me was just kind of like lost on me. But it's like I do know that like I did used to think that he looked cool, but I was a child then. I didn't really know what cool was. I saw some enough times. People was like, oh yeah, like look, like I didn't stick with it, but I used to drop some wrestling content. The return in numbers wasn't too shabby. I just didn't stick with it. Yeah, dude. Like from what I understand, your channel does surprisingly well in comparison to mine. So it's like I'm genuinely like like you pull in numbers, dude. So it's like, hey, I get it. Oh man, I won't lie. Okay. Do you like Rey Mysterio? Yes, I do. Uh, like I like Lucha Libre. I've always been a fan of Lucha Libre, so it's like yeah. So it's not just Rey Mysterio. It's like it's Rey Mysterio. It's Hector Garza. It's El Valiente. It's um I'm trying to because I know like Black Warrior was one. Blue Panther. I'm really big fan of like Lucha Libre because you got Blue Panther, and Black Warrior. I remember like not being a fan of the Villanos because they used to take people's masks. I was like there's Brazo de Plata and Brazo de Oro, and shoot, man, I can't. The Super Porky who was like I think his son was Maximo. I think it was either his son was Maximo or his brother was. I think it was like, but yeah, Maximo, and he was like world champion forever until like he just went on a tear and literally just destroyed somebody's car. Yeah, yeah, Juventud was cool too. I actually have him. I actually follow him on Instagram. He's always like posting up like his cool moments and stuff like that. Dude hasn't aged a day either. He still looks the same way he did like 20 years ago, which that will always mess with me. But then again, like Juventud, I want to say he started wrestling as a teenager. So it's like one thing about like luchadors is that like a lot of them start wrestling when they're like really young because their dad or like because like it's either like their dad or their uncle or somebody like kind of puts them in. Like if I'm not mistaken, I think Eddie Guerrero. I mean, he was literally born into the industry. His dad was a wrestler. His dad was Gory Guerrero of all people. Like Gory Guerrero was like this big time like this spectacular. Like he was a legend. He was a legend in Lucha Libre. So that was Rey Mysterio. I mean, not Rey. That was Eddie Guerrero's dad. So that was some big shoes to fill. And boy, did they fill them. And I say they because it wasn't just Eddie. It was Eddie. It was Mondo. But Billy Kidman definitely aged. He won because he was successful behind the scenes. Oh yeah, Billy Kidman was definitely yeah. Billy Kidman is definitely he's definitely he's one of the goats for sure. But like his shooting star press was always terrifying because like he would always slant it, and you always run the risk of like eating his knee, like Chavo did. I'm trying to remember all of like Eddie's siblings because I know it's Eddie, Mondo, Hector, uh, Chavo Senior. That's five of them. That's five of them. Okay, so it's Eddie, Chavo, Hector, Mondo. Oh my God, man, this feels like the Tito Jackson of like. Is there five of them or four of them? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Hold on, I'm gonna try to. Then give me a second. Give me a second. Dang, I got it. Oh wow, I got it wrong. There was only four. Okay, yeah, there's only four of them. So it's Eddie, Hector, Mondo, and Chavo. Okay, good. Sorry, I really needed to know that because like I really needed to know that because like those guys were I follow that. I follow Lucha Libre very much. I was a really big fan of it. Hector Garza is what got me into it because I remember seeing Hector Garza in TNA, and I just remember thinking to myself, who in a perfect world, Ultimate Warrior should have become better than Hulk Hogan, except Warrior's ego, attitude, tardiness, and yeah, I guess. But I never really cared much for Ultimate Warrior either. When Ultimate Warrior was like a big deal, I was probably incapable of speech. So like, me and him probably could have had the same promo skills. I don't know. But yeah, the dude. But yeah, like
He did have a look though, that's for sure. Everybody knows that Vince McMahon had a type. I know that sounds weird to say, but yeah, like I know that's probably like weird to say, but yeah, Vince McMahon had a type. Oh boy, incoming noise. But yeah, Chris Jericho is probably one of the best wrestlers who doesn't get mentioned with the other greats. Oh, he gets mentioned. You just gotta like he gets mentioned, but you just gotta kind of pay attention to like you gotta pay attention to who mentions him and why. Yeah, like I'm trying my best not to have a conversation about like who's the best because I don't do that comparison crap, but also because Kevin Nash is the last left of the original NWO. That's a bit sad. It's a progression of life for you. Yeah, like Kevin, I was talking to my roommate earlier about it. I was just basically like bringing up, hey, somebody got to check on Kevin Nash. He lost like both people that were very impactful to his career, plus his son. So I mean, that's definitely like I mean, like Kevin, I mean Nash, he probably might have said like multiple times, yeah, man, I'm good. I'm not about to, I'm not about nothing's about to happen to me, but it's definitely like something to like look into. It's definitely like something to think about. Sorry if y'all can hear me clicking. There's this game that involves clicking, and I can't. I didn't know he lost his son. Oh yeah, yeah, his son's dead too. I think I met his son in Georgia. No, no, no. Okay, no. I think I met Scott Hall's son in Georgia. I think I did. Did I meet Scott Hall's son in Georgia? Huh. I don't know if I did. I want to say I met Scott. I met somebody's son in Georgia. I met like one of the NW. Like I want to say it was Scott Hall's. But like but yeah, Kevin Nash did lose his son. Like I want to say a few years back, and there was a lot of there was a lot of people like basically saying somebody go check on him because I mean heaven forbid heaven forbid he's like going through. Did you start watching wrestling before WCW went out of business or after? I actually saw bits and pieces of I saw bits and pieces of wrestling before WCW went out of business, but I didn't start officially watching it like that until like 2003. So like because around it was like around the time that it was around the time that SmackDown became they did the whole brand split and SmackDown was like on a different channel. So I could actually like watch it on and I could actually like watch it. It was because it was accessible because it was on UPN and UPN was one of the channels that I could get. But yeah, I didn't start watching. I didn't actually start like like not officially, but I didn't start like actually watching the stuff until like 2003, back when it was like accessible to me. But I would watch bits and pieces of it growing up, and I was never blown away by Edge when he went solo. If anything, I was more of a fan of his theme songs. That's kind of the point. Like one of the best ways to get over in professional wrestling is to have a theme song. But yeah, like AJ. But yeah, like you're not. I mean, you're not inclined to like every wrestler, so there's that. Wow, I got three people up in here. Okay, I'm gonna do a poll real quick. Let's see. Let's start a poll. Let's start a poll. Let's see where we go. Shout out to the 5 likes. Why am I just not seeing that? Okay, give me a second. Dang. Obviously, I'll just ask the obvious question. Let me see. Uh, right, I'll get rid of this. There we go. Sorry for turning your stream into a wrestling discussion. What's there to be sorry about? You're the only person talking. I mean, like, and also, I mean, it says a lot about professional wrestling that you probably don't even watch it that much, and you can't say something about it. What should I eat tonight? I do not know, buddy. What are you in the mood for? I mean, like, depends on what you got. As I'm saying, like, what are you in the mood? Throw some ideas out there, bro. I cannot. I don't know. Like, I'm a burrito guy, so I'm a burrito guy, and I'm actually trying to like watch my weight a little bit because so I've been trying to eat healthier lately. Um, I don't know. So I will say I don't know. Salad. I don't know. But I'm a burrito guy. I like the idea of bread wrapping around something savory. That used to be my thing, but like now it's kind of not because I kind of have to, watch my weight. Watch wrestling erratically these days. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that, man. It's like like the best place so you can actually like go to Chick-fil-A got good salads. See, I haven't. So how's about like this is gonna sound really weird, but I've never been to a Chick-fil-A before. Like when it was like getting hot, it wasn't in my neighborhood, so it was like it wasn't in my neighborhood, so I couldn't really like go there, and I was never in the mood for Chick-fil-A because like we had a place that sold chicken sandwiches like near me, and when I got older and I started like the more I would see Chick-fil-A, I was like, it's there, it exists, whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. I just you couldn't catch me like I just never be in the mood for it because I always be in the mood for something else. But like I keep hearing great things about it though. Yeah, never been. Not one time. But once again, like when I was growing, like I said, when I was growing up, and it was kind of like getting out there, and it's like when it was getting out there, it was like okay, so like my hometown is heavily segregated. So there's the rich part of town, and then there's a poor part of town. And Chick Fil A was in the rich part of town, which is like miles away from the poor part of town. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so yo, check out the poll, bro. Somebody is really up in here like, so there's two people up in here who want to talk, and there's one person up here who wants to hate. And like, I mean, like, okay, hater, why are you here? What is happening, bro? These people are so weird. I'll never understand that. As long as the other chicken place was better than Chick-fil-A. Like I don't like, but it's like I'm not saying that like Chick-fil-A is like a bad place to go to. It was just that like like I just never been. I just like never been there. I'm sure that they probably have like really good food, but it's like but I just never really like because it was never really close to me like that. Wow, that's wild, bro. Like somebody is really up in here right now, and they just up in here because they want to hate on me. It's like okay, random hater person, go ahead and like reveal yourself in the chat or not. Lines are too long and Chick Fil A is too expensive. Yeah, I guess that's why I was in the rich people. I guess that's why when I was growing up, it was on the rich people part of town. I question the speed of service from there now. Probably because it's so popular, dude. Like everybody knows that once something gets like mad popular, like everybody knows that when something gets mad popular, things kind of start to change a little bit, but like not for the better. That's wild though, man. Like this, like I don't know, this one hater that's up in here right now. I'm just like they probably might have just popped in, pressed to hate, and then just left. That's like really that annoys me a little bit because like you could have easily just like not you could easily just not do that. Nah, it's too nah. If it's too fast, then they're using Chef Mike back there. Chef Mike, okay. Shoot, Chef Mike is Chef Mike is out there putting in some numbers. That's all that is. I never had Raising Canes either. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Raising Canes actually started in my state, like in my hometown. And oddly enough, I never had Raising Canes. No, I had Raising Canes, but it was like I never went to like I never visited a Raising Canes on my own because once again, that's another place that was on the rich side of town. Chef Mike is microwave. Oh, okay. Chef Mike pulling in numbers. Let's go. Microwave is an oven. The microwave is an oven. Is still, it's still getting some still getting cooked. Chef Mike. That's dope. I like that. I never used that name before. I wonder if Truant uses that because he works out. He's a cook, so it's like I wonder if he calls the microwave Chef Mike. True, if you still here, man, like if you still here, man, like weigh in. So what did they have on your side of town? Yeah, we had a McDonald's, we had a Burger King, we used to have a Wendy's until they moved that to the rich side of town. Um, we used to have a Wendy's before that went to the rich side of town. We also had a Popeyes and churches and things of that nature. Like we actually had like a couple of like local restaurants, a couple of like local spots that you could actually go to too, because there were like a lot of them were like family owned. But yeah, like True Kitchens don't have Chef Mike, and I got it from Legend Gordon Ramsay. I hate Gordon. What's even sadder is I hate Gordon Ramsay. Like I hate Gordon Ramsay. I don't know what it is, but Gordon Ramsay makes me. No, the Taco Bell was also oddly enough, the Taco Bell was also in the rich side of town. Like you had to. I think the weirdest thing was that Jack in the Box was on the other side of town too. But it was like because like once again heavily segregated. It was like the rich side of town, the poor side of town, and even the rich side of town somehow had like its poor places. it's places where the poorer people would be at, but they really made it very clear that they did not want poor people like in a certain area. Like they was just like, you don't belong here in this area, and it was just like it was crazy. It was wild, bro. This game is addictive as heck. Why am I still? I'm just all I'm doing is just sorry to make my finger cramp up though. Yeah, Taco Bell was in the was definitely in the oh, the heck, what is it? Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know why that happened. Sorry, y'all. I'm reading something real quick. I'm sorry. What the heck? Mm. Sorry, y'all. My keyboard's acting up. I don't know what's going on. Papa John's good. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I haven't eaten a pizza in like a while now that I think about it. Little Caesars took away that three meat treat. They can shut down for all I care now. That's a comedy. That's a funny thing. That's definitely a sketch comedy thing, a stand up comedy thing that you can say. I like that. Give me a second, y'all. I only like Papa John's when it comes to the famous pizza chains. Like I said, I ain't gonna lie. Like when it comes to pizza, I don't know. I like pizza, but like I'm really lazy when it comes to like ordering it because like depending on where you get it from, they do the pizza like literally like on the spot, and it's like so I'm waiting like so I'll be waiting like at least a good 10 minutes or so for a pizza that for a pizza that I order. It's like I'm hungry now. God dang it. Give me a second, y'all. My keyboard is acting up for some weird reason. I'm not sure what the problem is. Gotta check this out real quick. I'll be right back. It's definitely time for a new keyboard.
Man, you did go to pizza places that sell slices. I don't know what that means. You're talking about like pizza places that sell parts of a pizza and not the whole pizza? Because if so, then no. I've never done that before. All right, that to hate vote is really getting on my nerves. I'm about to redo this poll because like they really did just popped up, said I'm here to hate you, and then just did nothing after that. So got two wanted to talk and only one wanted to hate. That's what I needed. I'm gonna redo this poll again to see if this person is still here. I don't know why that just bothers me a little bit. Uh, Give me a sec. That's just so weird, man. Unless it was one of y'all. Which one of y'all up in here hating your boy? Up here, some pizza spots sell pizza by the slices, from regular slices to jumbo slices. Okay, I've never heard of that before. That's a new one to me. I've always been informed that pizza sells from like pizza sells by the round, by the circle. I don't know. I haven't had a pizza in years. But all this talk about pizza is making me want one now. I will never understand why I got haters, bro. It's not even that I got haters that's annoying me. It's the fact that I got haters for no reason. It's like these cats really just pop up and be like, "Hey, you're black. You're online. I don't like you." And I'm just like, "I don't care. Go away." And they're like, "Well, now I hate you even more. How dare you tell me to leave you alone?" Ugh. What about frozen pieces that come from the grocery store? I never. I always was told that you have to like put those in the oven, and I really don't. I don't really like using the oven that much. I don't trust it, which is weird. Which is weird because like I'll use the stove all day, but I just don't trust using the oven. Shoot. Okay, I'm obsessed with this game, y'all. Like it's just so simple, and I guess I like simple things. All right, show of hands, who's actually up in here right now? Because I got like four people up in here. There's four people up in here, but only one person talking. So do a hand emoji. Let me see if you up in here right now. Because I think it's RC and I want to say Jarian is up in here right now. But that's about it. But those are the only two people I know. Which that's weird. Because I'm pretty sure one of them is the random hater. Unless that person left already. All right, Jarian is here. Mr. Vanna is here. RC is here. So that's one more person. All right, so there's like one less person that is, unless that person is me. I don't know what it is, but I think it registers the user as the the person as an attendee as well. Oh man, that's wild though. Okay, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm still a little sore. I think that's what happened. I tried to work out the other day, and my body was just like, nah, dude, we need to rest up. So like, I literally went live earlier, and I tried to go live earlier, and I just went straight to sleep. It's just weird. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie, man. Having random haters on here just really annoys me because it's like I'm getting a lot of because like a lot of trolls, like a lot of trolls like they'll just pop up and just be like, I don't like you, and then just go away, and it's just like, why are you here? Why did you need to know that in the first place? That irks me. It's like I understand like there's people out there that rubs you the wrong way, but I don't know. The worst thing is when you almost fall asleep on live stream. Nah, that's the best thing. I actually so there was this dude on TikTok. I don't know if he still does it, but he actually will go to sleep during his live streams, and there would be people that would still watch. Like there was literally people who was watching this dude go to sleep on live stream. I actually would like to do that too, but like I feel like I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels weird like doing that. But yeah, like there was this one guy, he was like on his live stream, like there's music playing in the background. There's music playing in the background, and he's just sleep, like knocked out. I don't know. I don't know why they would watch it, but it was something that people were in the chats just chatting it up while this dude is like dead sleep. And like I think the funniest thing was that like it looked like he was doing something before he went to sleep. So because I think he's in a gaming chair or something, and he actually I think he had a keyboard and a mouse in front of him. So it looked like I thought it did look like he was gaming earlier, and yeah, just like dude was sleep like he was just sleeping, and the chat was going crazy, man. They just talking to each other like I don't know, but they was watching it. And like I said, part of me is compelled to do that too. I probably might do that. I don't know. I probably might do that down the line. But like, it's just weird because it's like because people don't really like. There's one thing I've learned is that people don't really go on lives. Like people don't really go on lives to interact with the person who's on the thing. Like a lot of people don't do that. They do that to interact among themselves and with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I kind of I think it's just because like people would rather engage with each other than engage with the actual subject material. It's a lot like why reviewers get famous is because like they rather listen to people talk about a thing than engage in the thing itself.
But yeah, like I ain't gonna lie. I also feel like I also feel like I would probably like watch somebody go to sleep. Like if I was like fully invested, if I was like fully invested or just had the time to, I probably would just watch somebody sleep on live. I don't know. That feels like that feels like a niche market right there. Call it the drowsy channel. Also, I mean, which one sounds? There is a woman that does that too. She falls asleep on the live stream, but she is scantily clad. Yeah, well, that makes sense. She's scantily clad. Like dudes will literally like look at anything. Dudes will literally look at anything with their butt hanging out. If it's a dude, they'll look. If it's a dude with their butt hanging out, they'll look because it's funny. Or if it's a lady hanging, it's just. I mean, like, yeah, dudes will. Yeah, that's not even remotely surprising. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised that more women don't do that. But another thing too is that like I would probably like live stream myself like sleeping, but I also know that I snore. So I snore and it's very bad. So like I would rather not because I'm genuinely ashamed of how I snore and I'm genuinely ashamed of how I sleep because I am a violent sleeper. But yeah, like I mean, a woman, if a woman does anything scantily clad, a dude will watch because dudes are stupid like that. Like, yeah, shoot, I say, shoot, get your dollar, girl. Heck yeah, man, I support that. It's like it's high time, like take all their money. They giving it. True, I'll always make fun of dudes who lose their mind when they see a pretty lady. Because when I was growing up, I was very honest and upfront about my luck with the women. I would make it very clear that like my luck with the women was not that great. Was like not, my luck with women was not that great, and I was very open about that. I was very like, and other guys would be like, "Man, I can get any woman I want. I can get any woman I want because I'm perfect and I'm substantial, and that women like me because I'm so awesome." And I'm just sitting here like, "Well, I need to learn from you then because women can't stand me." You know what I'm saying? Like they look at me and they go, "Ew, he's disgusting. Go away." And that's what they, because that's what women did. And but it was like, but these dudes who apparently get all these women and all this attention and all this stuff that's going on. I think the weirdest thing is that like they would act like they never saw a woman a day in their life every single time they see a lady. It's like they will see a lady like scantily clad, just looking, like booty hanging out or everything like that, and they just like you would think that that's like the first time seeing a woman in years. You know what I'm saying? So I love making fun of guys like that. I love making fun of guys like that because it's like because I never knew that they were lying until somebody told me you do know that those guys be lying about that stuff, right? And I'm like, I did not know this. It's like why would they like that's such a stupid thing to lie about. It's like especially to me. It's like if I'm telling you that my luck with women is terrible, and you lie to me and you tell me that your luck with women is great, I'm not gonna think that you're an awesome person. I'm just gonna think that you. I'm just gonna think that like you're annoying. That's like being the strongest guy at the gym full of weak people. It's like you're not motivating. You're just aggravating. But yeah, I will always make fun of those guys because those are the same guys who would probably like tell me that I'm a loser because women don't like me. Yeah, men content creators, we have to work twice as hard to do well on YouTube. Nah, not really. Like if there's one thing I've learned specifically on YouTube is that like the stuff that goes like I said, wholesomeness doesn't go viral. You have to be obnoxious, or you have to be roasting somebody, or you have to be like somebody. You either have to do some hateful stuff or be a person that's hated. It's like people only. I feel like people are apparently only attracted to just like somebody who they can mistreat and feel good about mistreating. So it's like one of the things that like when I went like when my video blew up, it wasn't because they liked my content or they liked me. They just wanted to tell me that I sucked for just not for like not earning enough money, or not being successful already, or not not doing all these apparently easy quick get rich quick schemes or whatever. It wasn't like they didn't care about my content. They didn't care about me. They was just looking because like I mean some people could relate to what situation I had, but it's like a lot of people just was just there to basically tell me, bro, why didn't you just like, why can't you just do life better good, And I'm just like, what? Please go away and leave me alone. Never. Yeah, men creators don't have to. I mean, men creators don't really have to work nearly as hard. Men just need to care about other men's content. Like the whole reason why women like scantily clad sexy women like they succeed so much is because dudes are stupid. Like if you go, I mean, if you go on the internet looking for boobs, you're gonna find boobs. I'm ranting though. I'm gonna check something real quick. Okay, so through my library back in the day, I used to have access to this thing that was basically like YouTube for that was ultimately like YouTube for like not YouTube but like Netflix for college courses. And I'm trying to see if I could like stream that on here. I probably can't because it costs money, but nah, I shouldn't even test that. I shouldn't even test that theory. I should not. Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to do that because I might get in trouble for that. I remember a content creator trying to say I was sneak dissing them, and I never did. I was left to ask myself, do people like creating drama where there is none? My answer was unfortunately yes. Um, what did they say that you were doing to sneak diss them? That's just a really random thing to that's a really random thing to accuse people of. They never said that. They never said what it was. They just had an argumentative and combative spirit. Okay. I mean, they probably were creating tension, or they probably just misunderstood what you said and got angry about it. I don't know. Do you engage with a lot of people that go live on YouTube or something? Give me 1 second. I got the window down, so I gotta shout out to the four. Ha, I guess a hater left. I don't know. Seriously, what is with these people? I used to, but now I'm wiser where I go in these YouTube streets. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna assume that there's also a delay in the chat because I'm pretty sure like you said something and it just it's taking a while to show up. I don't know. Or maybe you didn't and I'm just assuming that you responded. No big. Manny, truthfully, bro, to most recognize that drama means numbers and clicks. Yeah, okay. That's not something I care about, but I get it. What is, man, I am definitely, I'm in. But one thing I do know is that like people like hating other people. So it's like specifically online because it's like LOL they can't see me, so they can't see me. So I don't like I can hate them as much as I want to because they can't see who I am. LOL. And it's like but the whole idea is that like these people like there's just some people who just hyper fixated on annoying people for no reason. Like I call them cops, but it could be anyone. But yeah, like people just be agitating sometimes. Just sort of learn how to roll with it. Boa noite, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, Chavez, arriba la Havana. How's work going? Pretty easy. Nothing serious. Just it's work is work, man. I just like I said, it's just for the most part, it's getting easier because I'm starting to recognize that there's a flow in there, but like it's still it still works, so it still kind of sucks. And I mean, like who wants to work, right? But yeah, it's okay. It's not great. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Okay, I got two people up in here. Wow. I don't mind being a boring channel. I don't mind being a channel that like, because I replaced the word boring with the word chill. That was quick. What was quick? Yeah, like I don't know what this person is doing. I got two people up in here and somebody just popped up just to say that they hate me. I don't understand what this person's problem is. Like it's so weird. Like this person just like I don't know who this person is, how many people that came and went. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That happens a lot. I don't know what it is, man. People just I'm gonna end the poll because like I'm gonna always end the poll when I get a when I get a hate vote because it's if that person because if that person wants to hate, then they could just say something. Like that's so wild, man. But yeah, like people don't like me like that. I'm genuinely surprised that like you guys still stuck around. But I don't mind being like the boring channel that because I try my best to just be sort of chill about it. Why is it an option? It's an option because I'm trying to like see. It's an option that to prove a point. Because like people be like, because if I wanted to prove a point to Megs, because I be telling Megs, Megs, people just hate me for no reason on this app, and he'd be like, nobody hates you like that. Nobody be like doing that stuff to you. Like nobody does that, and I'm just like, yeah, they do. So I kind of was trying to prove a point to Megs, but Megs isn't here. So, and I thought he was gonna like pop up at some point, so I could be like, they're probably checking the hate box because they have the cloud and cloak of anonymous mystery. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, probably so. But it's just like they're annoying. Giving option equals giving power. Yeah, I know that now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just not do it. It's just I was just trying to prove a point to Megs though. But it is kind of weird that like random people just come up in here, tell me that they hate me, and then leave. Because that's what happened. That's what happens with that option. I give them the option and just basically say so, and then they just I'm here to hate you, and then they say nothing. It's the weirdest thing. It's like like they don't want to have a discussion. They don't want to talk or nothing. They just I don't like you. Why? Why are you here? Please go away. There was this one guy who used to pop up, and I used to like be like, hey, like if you don't like me, why are you here? Please go away. And he's like, I do what I want to do. And I'm like, why do you want to be around me though? What's the problem? Like, what is it? What is it? What is happening? Do you not understand what you are saying? You can't hate somebody that you want to be around. Like this generation, like these people are weird, man. Like the meanest people be the weirdest ones. And then I think the weirdest part is that they don't say anything. It's like so they're just here staring at me, just see. They're probably just like seething, like absolutely just genuinely upset, but they just don't know what to actually like. They don't know how to express it, so they just say, "Oh, he's giving us a button to hate him." They're just watching me, just relaxing and just like I'm just sitting here talking, and they're just mad about that. Mm, let me see. I'm gonna do another poll. Let's see. Hmm. This is a good one. Still, I want to do a Q&A. All right. Hopefully, this gets some engagement going. Random question to everybody in the chat. What would you do with $1 billion? Simple question. What would you do with $1 billion? I made a video about it a long time ago. Um, so I'm pretty sure everybody kind of has an idea what I would do with $1 billion. But what would you guys do with it? Disappear, like seriously, you won't hear from me again. Wait. Why would you want to disappear? Like you do realize, like buy groceries. Wow. Oh my god. That's the most realistic answer too, because like groceries are gonna probably cost $1 billion in a couple of years. But I mean, yeah, I totally get it. But I mean, disappear though. Come on, man. The only billionaires who disappear are the ones who are like about to go commit a felony or something. You don't want to be that guy. Because like think about it real quick. We only know about like there's a lot more billionaires out there than the ones that we are aware of. Like honestly, but he said buy groceries. I'm sorry, that's funny. That's funny. That is clever. Pay down debt and get the kids some nice stuff. Invest some, buy some fantastic groceries, and save the rest. People are just too much. I care, but I can't. My family is covered. I'm gonna live in my purpose. Wait, hold on. You got kids? No kids, not yet, but like family, like generational wealth. I get that. I get that. It still sounds like you're saying. It still sounds like you're saying you're having kids, though. You said the word generational. And it's like, yeah, that involves children, brother. My man said, not kids, not yet. It's happening. Just give it. Just give it time. Hey Jay. A few more years. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah, you definitely got. I mean, you got time to wait. I just got told I'm about to have another kid the other day. Wow. Okay. How many does this make? Like you say another kid, so I'm assuming that you have more than three. I hope I get a son. Yeah, you can't really like. Yeah, congratulations, RC. But like also you can't really hope for something like that because like roll the dice, you might end up with like four daughters. My mom wanted a daughter and she got three sons. And like that, like there's one thing I've learned is to never have expectations for your kids because they will disappoint. No, I shouldn't say it like that. Not disappoint, but it's like if you have expectations like that, then it's like it's out of their control. It's out of everybody's control. Two kids total, but I do want a son. You got two kids? No, okay, you don't. You don't. I'm misreading that. I'm sorry. Okay. Also, shout out to the parents in the chat. You guys are much like y'all have much more patience than I do. I'm sorry. Like I can never want kids, bro. Like I love children so much, I don't want any of my own because no. Like I'll gladly take care of somebody else's kids though. because I know that like once I know that like once my shift is over, it's back to the actual parents. But I can never have kids on my own. I don't like loud noises. I'm broke, and America is not the best place to have kids at. And Jerry and Smith, y'all can have one of mine. I got an 18-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old. Dude, you got 4 kids, and you got another one on the way. Jeez, man. I bet they call you the jackhammer over there, huh? This dude said, "I'm not stopping until." This dude said, "I'm not stopping until the wheels fall off this thing." My youngest is 15. Your youngest is 15. Would never consider it. No, I would not. I do not want children. I do not want children. I grew up bullied, so it's like one of the things that I kind of would hate is to have a kid and my kid comes out looking like me and they just get bullied remorselessly in school. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a fan of this whole like I'm not a fan of like having kids in America. Like yeah, I'm pretty sure if I had a kid probably like in another country, I would probably have a little bit of hope, but not here. Not here. Shoot, like I take my kid to school one day, and next thing I know, there's a headline. Nah, I'm good. And also, like there's gonna be a like I'm black. My kid's gonna grow up black, and it's like the whole world hates black people. The last thing I need is that. But yeah, I would definitely never consider having a kid. I would never. I wouldn't want to. Like, I would hate to have a kid because like any misfortune that falls upon my kid is going to be my fault, and I would have only myself to blame if something goes wrong. These new kids are something else. They act like adults. Well, yeah, they are little adults. They're literally adults that are just smaller. You ever actually like sit back and just think about how childish the average adult acts nowadays? Like if today's politics has taught you anything, it'll tell you that like a lot of people are just like ridiculously childish adults. They're not acting like little adults. The adults are acting like big kids. I stand on that. Everybody's still trying to be like this dude. Like there's adults still trying to be bullies, bro. There's adults that are still trying to be bullies. Like you're supposed to outgrow that. Please don't let fear win. That's all I can say. Understandable as your perspective, but again, just don't let fear win. It's not fear as much as it's just like I don't want to say it's fear because fear would mean that I'm scared of having a kid. But like I mean but it's like it just bums me out because like there's nothing worth having a kid for. Like life just sucks too bad. It is like, there's just way too many it's like there's way too many terrible options for me to ever like want to have a kid because heaven forbid my kid comes out like it all boiled down to it is fear. I'm not gonna I'm just gonna have to agree to disagree with you on that one because I don't want to call it fear like as much as I just want because I don't want to call it fear. I don't know why. It's fine. It's fine. It's just that like it's not. It's just that like when I think of fear, I think of oh no, what if something? It's like at the end of the day, it is. I mean, yeah, there is a bit of a thin line between caution and fear, but like I'm not that's why I say I'll gladly take care of somebody else's kid, but I'll never want to have one of my own because like also like a lot of terrible stuff runs in my bloodline. Like a lot of terrible bad things happen. Like I got like inherited bad stuff, and I would hate for my kid to have to grow up with those as well. Like I got mental issues and genetic crap that happens. But like also like, dude, it's like, I mean, just think about current events, right? Like the guy who's running the country did things to children. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, you just can't overlook when you're thinking about like having a kid in this country. Same here, literally the same thing. I feel like my depression will be passed on to my son, but I can't think like that. I get it, man. I like I said, I applaud you for like being able to look past that sort of thing and be able to say, you know what, like because like a lot of people think that being a good parent will actually fix a lot of problems, and it's like, I mean, like a lot of kids have good parents, and their kids still turn out to be sociopaths. You know, like heaven forbid I have a kid and my kid turns into an absolute monster. You know, like that would be my fault. You know, for helping it come here. Like, what's that dude's name? I forgot that dude's name. There was I forgot that dude's name. The dude who was like, you know, the dude Johnny Smalley. He basically said that his dad just basically disowned him because of the crap that he was doing. Some lady recently tossed a newborn out the window because it wouldn't stop crying. She had to be pure evil. Yeah, like, yeah. So it's like, you know, like we live in a world where there's people like that. You know. So yeah, no, I would never want to have children. That's definitely not a thing for me. You know, heaven forbid, like, you know, that's not saying. It's just like people be evil. And it's like the most unnecessary, like being evil is the most unnecessary thing ever right now because everybody's evil, everybody's mean, everybody's trying to be a bully, everybody is trying to like trash other people. There's people out here who just there's all these people out here just trying to hurt other people for no reason. You are unique. Again, don't let it win, and you're not hurt. Simple as that. Are you evil? I don't think I am. I don't think I am, but I'm pretty sure other people think I am. Or she might have had postpartum depression. Maybe so. But it's like, my goodness, why would you want to, like, you know, yeah, no. I don't think I'm evil, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who think that I'm evil. So, you know, I'm just going to say that I'm not trying to be evil. But I do know that there's going to be some people out there who's going to see some stuff that I'm doing and hear some stuff that I'm saying and go, yeah, you're evil as hell. I'm like, great. Well, how do I stop it? I'm treating evil like it's a disease, man. It's like it looks like you got the case of the bullying. Okay, now how do I get rid of it? Is there a cure, doc? Shoot, but yeah, like, you know, I don't want, yeah, like, no, I don't want I'm good. I'm good on having children, buddy. Shoot. Also, like my me not wanting children is also a result of sour grapes too, because when I was a you know, because like when I was a kid, you know, obviously I did want to have a family, I did want to have a girlfriend and all that other stuff, and I would get shot down every single time. And by the time by the time I ultimately got into a relationship, I've already been burnt out on you know, getting shot down and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, it probably wouldn't be that great anyway. So yeah, if you're truly good, don't even have to believe in God, then you'd want to extend good throughout the years beyond your life. Yeah, I feel like I can definitely, I want to say I can still definitely do that, but like probably not with, you know, probably without the child thing though. It's definitely gonna be like one of those things. I think I have a few videos. I want to say I have a few videos on my channel about how I feel about being a parent. That I want to say I have a. Let me check it real quick because I want to say I had like a lot of. Oh God, I haven't. If the baby isn't making any noise at home, you might want to feel something is wrong. A baby's only form of communication is crying, so that's something all new parents need to understand. I believe in God, but that's my rebuttal. I get it. I get it. I understand what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to tell you not to have kids. I'm just saying that like it's definitely not in the cards for me at the moment ever. Because I love children. Like, don't get it twisted. I think kids are awesome. They're smart. They're like, they're little humans. All they want to do is just understand things. But like, I also know that like the world is a terrible, cruel, monstrous place chock full of sociopaths who will harm you in every single way imaginable. And the last thing I want to do is put my kid in that environment, knowing that like that's all they have to look forward to. They're never going to be looking forward to anybody actually doing right by them or helping them or like trying to improve, like trying to be good to them or anything like that. But you can always guarantee that they're going to be somebody out there who's going to want to kick them in the butt just because it's funny. And I just don't want. I'm tired of that. I am tired of living in a world like that. I'm tired. I don't want to leave anything. I don't want to leave anything behind, knowing that that's the world that they're gonna have to like live in. Because like people are evil now. Like people are just evil, and they're evil for no reason, and that makes no sense to me. It's like the worst kind of people are the people who are evil for no reason, and it's like people are dumber now, so they don't really know why they're evil. They're just doing it. So yeah, I'm not even trying to say people are evil now. They've always been evil. It's just like they've only gotten worse since then. And I'm good on just like it's like I understand. It's like people. It's like I understand what direction everything is going. I'm just like, and if I have to go in the same direction as everybody else, or like toddlers because they'll be screaming uncontrollably, I have no clue what you're referring to. But yeah, that's another thing too. I don't want children because I also don't like loud noises. And like all the child is for like the first 5 years of their life is a sentient is a sentient loud noise. Shoot, I need my ears, dog. I need my ears and my sleep. You probably could have produced the next best wrestler better than a rock ball. So I probably could. I probably could. I'm not like that's just way that's a huge gamble though, because like what if I also help create like I don't know the next uh I don't know the next Ted Bundy, you know? Like that is too big of a risk, man. Like, that's a huge gamble. It's like going like normal kid, psychopath, or it's like normal kid, psychopath, or really, really, really talented, gifted child. Like it's just too it's too easy to that is way too easy of a gamble to make. It's like because you do run the risk of like helping create the next serial killer or something. It's like imagine having a kid that's a serial killer. Nobody ever thinks about that. Like noise levels, kids 5 to 11 are less likely to scream like crazy. Kids 5 to newborn are more likely to destroy your ears and sleep. I would know. I believe you, but I believe you. That's why but like I don't like loud noises, so that's kind of a big reason why I don't want children either. Because like I say, I love children, but nah, dude, you're not about to yell at me all day. What I do to you? All right, you don't know either. It's like why are you so loud and angry? Oh, you don't know either, so you're just going to keep screaming. Got it. We both don't know what's wrong, but we both have no clue what's wrong. But you're just gonna keep screaming. Got it. What about Paul Heyman? What about him? Also, I just recently saw the Happy Gilmore sequel, and I can't lie to y'all, man. Easily one of my favorite movies now. Um, so like I saw it, I loved it. It was a good like I thought it was fun, but that's only because I saw the first one. And Happy Gilmore movie actually has a bit of a sentimental value for me because I used to watch because I watched the first one with my brothers and my dad, and that was like one of the few family moments that I actually remember. So, like I saw that movie and I'm like, heck yeah, that was a good movie. One of the greatest managers ever, you think? Probably. But that's only because I don't really follow a lot of managers. Like he's probably the most recognizable for sure. He does have a pretty good he does have a really high success rate, but like, at the same time, like there are some people that he did fail. Like Axel and like Axel. Curtis Axel could have been something, man. I will always be mad at I'll always be mad at like how they just completely ruined Curtis Axel. But yeah, he's definitely up there as one of the legends for sure. He got a Hall of Fame ring, so that qualifies, and he got a Hall of Fame ring in Philly. Man, who would have thunk it? Was it better than part one? I don't believe in. I don't really like using the words better. Like I like the movie, but that's only because of the fact that I like the sequel because I saw part one. I don't like using that word better than. Like that's I think that's kind of like I don't know, comparison to me has always been kind of stupid. It's like we can like both. We can like both. Oh I know yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something best. I really want to. Oh I know yeah, yeah, yeah. But back to the question at hand. What would y'all do with $1 billion? Two people answered. There's like five people up in here apparently. So to the other two people, to the other three people, what would y'all do with $1 billion? Or are you just here lurking because I don't know? Could just be some random hater just like staring, like just seething. I can just imagine them like right now, just on their keyboard, just like I'm just ready for the right moment to just tell him to go f himself. It's like settle down, Metro. I didn't even do anything. But yeah, like I said, but I definitely liked it. But that's only because like it reminds me of my family and like one of the few good times that we actually had. And yeah, it was good. But also, it was a fun movie to watch. I thought I loved the references and the callbacks to the old one. You don't watch a lot of movies. I don't watch a lot of movies. You're right, but like but even if I did, I don't like doing that whole better than crap because I'm not trying to like I'm not 12 years old. It's like I can appreciate more than one thing at the same time. Sorry, I saw something. Uh, but yeah, like I don't really watch a lot of movies anymore, but I used to back in the day. Like I'm more of a documentary guy now. Did you watch the new Jurassic Park movie? I did not. But and it's gonna probably be a little offensive. I wasn't a huge fan of Jurassic Park. Like I wasn't really that excited to see Jurassic Park, but that's only because like I remember seeing the T Rex for the first time and just being really angry because I'm like, does this thing just like can they just put a bazooka to this thing or something? I hate it already. I remember being a kid and just being like, I saw the movie and I barely remember the movie, but I do remember when the T Rex had popped up and they were just sort of like giving people, and it was just like giving those people a really rough time. And instead of being excited to see the T Rex because, oh my God, T Rex, giant lizard, I was too busy just being angry that, like, I was too busy being angry that, like, it wasn't dead yet. I was just like, is this thing going to live throughout the entire movie or what? I'm trying to see a dino death drop, dog. But yeah, like I only saw the original Jurassic Park once, and then afterwards I was just like, yeah, like I'm trying to see dead Velociraptors. I'm not seeing no. I'm not trying to, like these things are evil. These things are like trying to kill people. But no, I didn't see the new Jurassic Park. How long have I been on for? Wow, it's only been like less than 2 hours. All right. I ain't gonna lie. This one's feeling. This is man. This is definitely one of my slower lives for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'm getting a little tired. I'm getting a little, what you call it, and I do need to kind of, and I do need to. I've been procrastinating a little bit on my working out, so I really appreciate you guys like sticking around. Thanks again. Y'all have been, y'all really cool people out there. RC, feel free to actually comment on my other videos. Like you're allowed to do that. Also, like and subscribe if you want. In the meantime, I'm gonna head out. But just remember, you are more than just a person. You're an experience. You can either choose to be a good experience, a bad experience, or just no experience at all. I definitely recommend like not being a bad experience because we're all going through things right now, and I can't stress enough. We're all going through things. Life is kind of sucky right now. We are stressing, we're struggling, and So all I'm saying is spread peace and love. And if you can't spread peace and love, spread nothing at all. Because I can't stress this enough. Like the last thing we need is a +10 on a bad day, and we're all having like crazy bad days. I do appreciate you guys for like coming in and sticking around and things of that nature. I'm gonna try my best to do more lives when I'm not like at training because I ain't gonna lie, like I actually do more lives when I did do more lives when I wasn't training, but now I'm training all the time. I'm trying to train all the time now. In the meantime, though, really appreciate you guys for sticking around. Thanks again. And until next time, love and peace. Thanks again, Jerry. And thank you. Keep being you. And I'll try to catch you next time. Y'all be cool out there.